Preparing to launch from Jekyll Island ramp. We prefer Jekyll boat ramp because there is a toll road to get on the island. $100 a year cuts down on the boat traffic while launching. It also makes us feel better about leaving our vehicle here for several days. Launching late afternoon really brings out the beauty of Jekyll Creek.
A little bit more. Good.
A short motor or sail from the launch area is Shark's Tooth Beach. Arriving during the golden hour before sunset in the Golden Isles is always spectacular. The Golden Isles of Georgia, comprising St. Simon's Island, Sea Island, Little St. Simon's Island, and Jekyll Island, got their name from the stunning gold-hued marsh grasses and the radiant sunshine over the coastal landscape. The term was popularized as early as 1717 by Sir Robert Montgomery, who described the region as the Golden Islands to attract wealthy settlers. We attached the flags using metal carabiners, a choice that would keep us up through the night questioning our decisions in life. We were settled in for the evening and I made our first meal on Rogue, grilled cheese sandwiches and clam chowder. We own an Origo alcohol stove, but we opted for a convection cooktop. We keep a 4 kilowatt power station on board that is recharged by both the outboard alternator and solar panels. The draw from a convection cooktop is minimal if used for a short time. As you can hear, those metal carabiners against the stainless steel shrouds made quite the racket all night long. We have never anchored near Shark's Tooth Beach as the mud is not great holding and the current can get really fast. Around 3 a.m. we were completely out of our anchoring circle. We had been dragging anchor. We had a 6-to-1 row, and we should have been good, but with the poor holding and the current, we decided to use the dock at the ramp until morning. Our MacGregor came with just a steaming light. Dave got rid of that and installed an anchor light on top of the mast, as well as a combination steaming and deck light. The anchor light should be all we need, but some boaters never look to the top of the mast, so we leave the deck light on as well throughout the night. Once we were up and dressed, we headed over for breakfast at Tortuga Jack's. This place has a Caribbean vibe and the breakfast is really good. Not very far from Tortuga Jack's is Driftwood Beach, a favorite place for Dave to shoot black and white film. Along with Woodbine's Waterfront, they never disappoint. Jekyll is a beautiful island. We have spent a lot of time here over the past decade. Our son even played soccer on the island. The morning brought with it a nice wind that should make for a beautiful race with the Golden Isle Sailing Club.
Morning. Any luck?
So much for the nice wind, it died just before the start of the race. So I went forward with a boat hook to create a makeshift whisker pole. It was a slow start, but a beautiful slow go. We were trying to get to our first race buoy, but just as we were getting close, the wind shifted and we would need to do several jibes. Once past the buoy, the wind started picking up for a nice sail. As we continued the race, the wind would keep growing. Once back at the dock, the creek was whitecapping and the forecast was for gale force winds throughout the night. The winds were already strong enough that we didn't feel good about lowering the masts in gusts that were already 35 miles per hour. Dave decided to stay another night on board, and I would come back in the morning so that we could haul out the boat. As we were bringing the boat up the ramp, the tongue channel broke about 3/4 of the way through. Dave used straps to try to stabilize the channel as we slowly brought it up the ramp and across the gravel parking area. We got it out of the way of other boaters to be able to use the ramp. Just as we had it moved past the temporary parking area, the jack wheel folded. This is where we would need to take apart the trailer tongue assembly.
Oh! That's it.
Dave was hoping it was straightforward, just 4 bolts and the tongue slides right out. Luckily, it was.
Hammer time.
Once the tongue was off, the inside of the channel was all flakes. Dave heard from other owners on the MacGregor Facebook forums that this is a common failure place, especially with boats that primarily go in and out of saltwater. I told Dave that nobody wants this to happen, but better here than halfway to the Texas 200 going 70 miles per hour on I-10. It took 5 days to get the new tongue assembly back to the boat. 2 days for the welder that we have used in the past to evaluate the build, and then he was honest with us that this requires really strong structural welding, and he would recommend Sparky, a welder in Brunswick that does this type of welding. Sparky and his crew were on a big job at Summer Waves on Jekyll Island within sight of our boat. We dropped off the broken trailer assembly and waited for Sparky to weld the new assembly. Luckily, the Jekyll Island boat ramp and parking lot is a safe place for the boat to sit for 5 days. Sparky jumped on building the new tongue assembly and put on a really nice new hitch. If you've ever needed a welder, you know that $600 for this build was more than fair. What seems like should have been a 20-minute job to assemble the new trailer assembly took several hours. Dave taped the spacers on the holes of the tongue, and then we carefully slid it into place. The spacers stayed close, but close still requires a lot of work to get them aligned. Being a sailor really does require being someone who can wear many hats and also knowing your limitations and getting the right professionals when needed. It's never adventure till something breaks. If upgrading and the sailing adventures aboard Rogue appeal to you, please subscribe.